Hi, I'm Julian Jackson.
And I'm Debbie Jansen.
We are two motormouth mama bears willing to discuss current events with honesty and boldness.
We are truth warriors. No lie is too big and no deception too small.
We are sticking to the truth.
Yes, we are. Well, I'm excited about the holidays, Julene. I love the string of special days that get us through the winter, the special days that make life fun and get us back to enjoying our family. In fact, today I wore my shirt that says
Woo!
Woohoo! I love Christmas shirts. I love the whole holiday season. But last week we talked about the fact that so many people were hurt and in a meltdown over the election. So sorry, Julene, we can't leave that subject yet. There
okay,
are too
Debbie.
many big lies floating around America. We need to take today and get them all nailed down so people can have a good holiday. My favorite saying is that you can't live by a lie. If you try to live a lie, it's the same as trying to nail Jell-O to the wall. It just won't work. And I was sad 2 days ago to listen to one of my favorite news shows where Jesse admitted his parents were changing Thanksgiving and his family wasn't invited. Can you imagine? All because we have a new president. Then another news outlet reported on the Readout show, I think that's how you say it, Joy Reid interviewed Dr. Amanda Calhoun, a psychiatrist with Yale University and their chief psychiatry resident. Now, Joy Reid asked her for help with all the stress and fear about this election. Specifically, she said, what should we do about the holidays? Now, I don't listen to CNN and MSNBC or The View because when I did listen to them, they proved to be fear-mongers and liars. But when I hear something this ludicrous on a truthful newscast, I had to go see what those two women really said. So I found the full segment and I listened. Oh, boy. Basically, and forgive me for saying this, but I have a degree in psychology, and this is just not what we're supposed to be doing. Basically, this ignorant, childish, pretend psychiatrist promoted getting rid of your family. And I say pretend because her job is to keep people from hurting. We're supposed to get them out of their pain, not cause more pain. But she's promoting that her clients keep the anger going, keep hurting. She doesn't want them to feel better. She said, just tell your family to get out of your life. She went on to say that most parents do not take care of their children, that many parents are just crazy themselves and therefore they hurt their kids, which made me wonder, is she a parent? Does she do that? It's dangerous, she cried. Young people are being so hurt, and no one has the right to your time, especially your family, according to her. In other words, her and this Joy Reid feel that you should never be in a situation where someone doesn't believe what you believe. I guess, Julene, that if I like vanilla ice cream and you like chocolate ice cream, we just can't be friends.
Debbie, there you go again, talking about ice cream. I'm trying to not eat sugar. Thanks a lot. That is lunacy. I mean, seriously, how could you be in your right mind and think the dangerous ones are your family members? The people that love you the most, that know you the most, are the most dangerous. And really, I mean, that is, I have taught for Moms for America these classes on the naked socialists and the naked communists to be able to recognize, these tenets. And this whole anti-family doctrine sentiment is rooted so deeply in Marxism and communism, anti-God, anti-religion, anti-family, because, if they can get you to break away from those entities, they can begin to control you. And really the premise is that they want to become the God. They want the state, and the government wants to become the family because they can, once again, control you, right?
Yeah.
And so you just have to be so careful when, and a lot of the Black Lives Matter dogma also was anti-man, anti, traditional family of a man and a woman. And so you just have to be very careful when you hear that kind of terminology, because heaven forbid, Debbie, like the core unit that determines the strength of a society is the strength of the family. And it's really, don't you think that's what gives you stability, is knowing you have a husband and you have children and you have parents that, laid the foundation for you. And so that's just, that is a pack of lies, what the pundits are saying right now.
Yeah. And I'm so glad, Julene, that you brought up the classes. And I want to encourage everybody, you just need to go on Moms for America and take Julene's classes. They are eye-popping, wonderful, fantastic, change your life type classes. And you're exactly right. What these people are saying is that we can't be around anybody. And just because someone voted opposite from you doesn't mean they hate you. It just means they canceled out your vote, which we do all the time. Apparently, that one act is the same as murder. You just can't be around that type of person. And just because I don't believe that the gender stuff is right doesn't mean I would ever be mean to those people. I just have a different opinion. But according to the left, to communism, to socialism, like you pointed out, just my hidden personal thoughts means that I can't be friends with them, that somehow I'm dangerous. I'll just be honest with you, Julene. I have some friends and some family that is into the gender thing. I pray for them all the time, and I want the best for them. I want them to go to heaven with me. I would be nice to them if they were in the same room. Now, if they brought up the subject, I wouldn't agree with them, but I could be civil. The problem is not me. They want nothing to do with me, just for my opinions. I'm not the problem. They are. Our country has railed against any discussion that might be a little uncomfortable and that is going to absolutely destroy us, according to them. And that's just not true. So I tell you, Julene, I don't like confrontations, but I know that they won't destroy me. And I'm going to share a little personal issue with you right now. It's sad, but a few years ago, someone I loved caused me to face this issue. I was alone, and this person that I trusted walked into the house. I was chatty and nice, and this person had me sit down, and then this person exploded. That person spent 45 minutes berating me and everything that I am. The insults and the criticism was more than just a disagreement. It felt dangerous. I was sure that at any moment it was going to escalate to a physical fight. I don't know how I did it, but I just sat still in my chair and I looked forward and I prayed my way through it and I kept my cool. Now, later, I fell apart while I was explaining to Ron and my family what happened. I asked them over and over, is this person right? Am I that way? Am I that kind of person? And they all said no. But still, it took a lot of prayer and a long time for me to talk to them again. But here's my point. I did talk to that person again. And just on a trip that we took recently, I went out to eat with the family that I loved, and that person was included. Going through that kind of situation is horrible, but you can survive and you can find compassion, and your life will go on. Just because someone has a meltdown or doesn't like you doesn't mean that you have to crawl in a hole and die. And that's what's wrong with all of this. It's psychologically wrong. They are promoting that you continue the pain. It is a lie to think that a confrontation or a disagreement or even a difference in who is going to be president should cause us to lose the very people we need, their support. now or maybe in a time of great need. When we lose family members and shove them out of our lives, we lose something wonderful, don't we, Julene?
Oh, my word. My family are my dearest friends, Debbie. They are my go-tos. They are my confidants. So, look, if the evil one's plan is to destroy us, right? If he can get us to be estranged from the very unit that gives us, strength, then he's putting us in a position of weakness, right? Because my family provides stability for me. And just this very weekend, my two little daughters, my 24-year-old daughter and my 17-year-old daughter, are going up to New York City. So we live in a suburb of Washington, D.C. And their dearest little cousin, he is Evan, he's 22, has lived on the West Coast. He just moved to New York City. Are you following this? So the girls are going up to New York City for a birthday weekend and want to see their cousin Evan. Now, Evan is gay, and his sister, who is 23. So these kids grew up together, sleepovers, parties, holidays, trips, everything. Evan has stayed in our house so many times. Well, the girls were told by his sister, who's also visiting him this weekend in New York City, that he doesn't want to see the girls because he knows how my daughter voted, and he doesn't want to have anything to do with her. And in fact, his sister, their cousin, told my daughters that he doesn't want to see, he's not doing the holidays with his parents either because he knows how they voted. And so, that kind of stings, right? Ouch, that hurts. And but the interesting thing about that is that his sister, their other cousin, she is not going through such a good time right now. She's experiencing depression, and she asked my daughter, because she knows my daughter works in our temple, in our church, and she said, "Would you please put my name on your church's prayer roll?" And my daughter told Samantha, she said, "Sam, I've been doing that for a long time." And then my daughter said, Sam's eyes started to well up with tears. And so, I think sometimes we got to do everything we can to preserve the relationship. So the one cousin doesn't want to see the girls right now. But the other cousin, even though that other cousin voted for, Harris, the opposite person of what my daughter, she is in the, she's in a softer place. And so she's turned to her other little cousin, my daughter, to pray for her and put her name, on our prayer rolls at church. And so I just think that where much is given, much is required. And, God has asked us to pray for those that, persecute us or curse us or feel like they're our enemies. And you just turn that other cheek. And in time, I think they will come back around when their hearts are ready to receive us. And if you haven't severed that relationship because you choose to get mad at them because of some of their foolish behavior, they will feel like you are a soft place to land when they're ready to come back. What do you think about that, Debbie?
I agree 100%. 100%. When you know that you are doing the right thing, and when you are connected with God and what's taught in the Bible about compassion and love, real love doesn't walk away. Yeah. Real love doesn't say, "I'm done with you." Now, there are some people that are so toxic that if they continue to hurt you over and over and over again, you do need to put some distance at some point so that you don't continually keep getting hurt, because I don't believe that God wants us to be abused. No. But you always keep the door open. You always ask God to help you to be that salt and light for them. What I'm thinking about, and please tell your sweet daughter, she is so beautiful, if she doesn't mind, maybe you can give me the names and I'll be praying for the cousins.
Oh,
That is a tough, tough thing to go through.
but you know, Debbie, don't you think people are going to be experiencing that a little bit with the holidays, right? Thanksgiving is coming up,
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Christmas,
there's
and
nothing worse than being alone at the holidays. Everybody talks about it.
yeah,
But why would you throw away a relationship just over a vote?
yeah,
When you're exactly right about communism, but I think the way we need to look at America right now is this is a great opportunity for evil people to divide us.
yeah,
Because if they can come in between us and divide us, we're there standing alone.
yeah,
We don't have any help with us, and we are easy pickings for somebody to tear apart. And when they start tearing us apart, we become sick and weak. We get depressed. We have other issues.
yeah,
We need to be strong. And the biggest way I think that you can be strong is don't let them get to you. Try to find a way to get on the other side of that.
yeah.
Um,
Well, I don't know if you saw it, but and my girls told me about this last night. So I have a 29-year-old daughter, 24-year-old daughter, 17-year-old daughter. We were all just sitting around in the living room talking, and they said, "Mom, did you see that blue bracelet movement that women are wearing these blue bracelets right now since the election to as a show of solidarity to know that you're a safe person to talk to because you voted for Harris, and so that you know if they see the blue bracelet that it's a way of signaling support." And my daughter was like, "This is crazy that you have to assume that someone is unsafe to talk to unless they have the gold star or the blue bracelet." And then they even took it one step further. There's another movement going around now with women who are so disappointed by the 52% of the women that voted for Donald Trump. They're shaving their heads as a sign of, I don't know, woman power. And they're even refusing to, like, if they're married, to have sexual relationships with their husband as a show of support to, Kamala Harris, and as a show of shame to the 52% of women that voted for Trump. And I just am like, this division that we're experiencing by some, not everyone, is by the hurting, is really a strategy of Satan. This is always what I've taught my kids. And, we have to learn to recognize it and not play the game and fall into the trap. Isn't that wild?
oh my goodness. I'm not laughing at people. I am laughing at the causes and the response.
Yeah.
The response always drives me crazy because a lot of times there's just silliness or I'm not catching the word because I can't get over what you just said.
Oh.
Let me explain though. You said the first thing that came to mind was when you said these women think that shaving their heads might give them power or make them look powerful.
Yeah.
But if I'm remembering my Bible correctly, shaving a man's head took away his power. It didn't give him power. It took away his power. And it just makes things like this just make you look silly and not serious about the problems that we do have. And the problem is not Donald Trump or presidency or who may be in the presidency. There are a lot of other problems we need to work on. You know what I feel like after what you said? The insane asylum may be full of crazies, but that doesn't mean that I'm crazy.
Right. I mean, right now,
Julie?
Debbie, it feels like in some spheres, the prisoners are running the asylum. I mean, since when have we been entitled to live our lives protected from offense or insult or hurt feelings. Look, it's just an occupational hazard of living in society today that people are going to feel differently than we do. And, my husband said the other day, if they can't take it, they might as well just go live their life as a hermit, and I mean, I don't think that's the option either. But we can't consider people that have different opinions to be toxic, and I think
Right.
this is how society views a difference of opinion nowadays. They're going to cancel you. They're going to censor you. They've tried all kind of crazy things in social media. And now that President Trump and his Elon Musk and, these type of people are coming in and saying, we're not going to play those games anymore. They're having a hard time, clearly.
Yeah, but Julian, there's so many more powerful ways to deal with this than what they're doing. The most powerful person I know was a really intelligent, smart man who very often, when I would say something dumb or stupid, he would just, okay, whatever. And it put me at such ill at ease. He didn't have to, it was his look. It made him powerful. It made him.
Who was this?
My dad.
Yeah.
He would let it go. I would say some things sometimes, and he'd say, okay, all right.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, what did I miss? What did I say? I was instantly looking inside of me for a different answer. And he would just grin and walk away. And I was chasing him.
Yeah.
Wait, you didn't like that. It's okay, darling. But Dad, we need to talk. We'll talk later. Oh, those were the most miserable hours that I ever had until he finally sat down and said, okay, you ready to talk now? And I was. There are more powerful ways to handle difficult conversations or confrontations. So how about we talk about this? How can you love your relatives and enjoy being with them and not feel bad?
Yeah. Well, is that a question for me, Deb?
Yeah, go for it. We're going to see if we can't flesh out some answers here.
Oh, well, you know what? I just think that, as we get ready now, right, we're going to show up to grandma's house. I've got my assignments. I'm supposed to bring the ham. I'm supposed to bring the mashed potatoes and gravy. But half of my family voted differently than I did on my husband's side, to be honest with you. And so I'm like, wow, I wonder if they're even going to show up, right? I'm showing up. So I think what we can most obviously do is show up, all right? But I think I'm going to have to spend a little bit more time in prayer and meditation and in the word, because when Jesus says, peace be unto you, right? When he came back after his crucifixion, I mean, he could have let the people have it. He could have let his followers have it. But what did he say? Peace be unto you. So I am going to be a little bit more thoughtful, because they are hurting, right? A wounded animal is a dangerous animal, right? They lash, they say harsh things, and this is what we're seeing going on. And so I just, it's up to me, I mean, all my guys won, all my people won, but that doesn't mean that I can, be extra giddy or, kind of in their face with, and so guess what I did? I bought a new game on the internet the other day, and I'm like, I'm going to take that game up there. We're going to play some games. We're bringing some old movies, we're going to I don't know. I just think instead of hashing out what just happened, why not talk about, fun memories of the past, recall, and maybe go play with the dogs, go do a turkey trot with the family, the 5K in the morning, with the cousins.
Yeah.
Go get throw the football around and do the annual football game that we've done. There's a lot of things we can do, being mindful that a lot of family members might be hurting right now. And so if you were with someone that was wounded or sick or had a broken leg, you would treat them a little more gently, right? Would you
Right,
not?
exactly, exactly. I agree 100%. Basically, what you're saying, and it's exactly what I think everybody should do all through the holidays, is you don't have to talk about the politics. So walk in there, you're right, show up, but put all of that aside and think about the relationship. Always keep that relationship forefront in your mind so that you don't say anything. And if someone says something about politics and tries to bait you, do my dad's thing, then just say, "Oh, okay." And then smile and go get something to drink, go get another piece of turkey, go find that pumpkin pie. Just don't be baited into a big hullabaloo. Because here's why. A holiday is not the time to win converts to your side.
Mm.
You are there to build relationships. You are not there to preach about what you want to happen uh, in the world outside of your family. So, talk about something in your childhood. Concentrate on the conversations that are fun and that won't bring up any problems. So, you could talk about something in your childhood, something you got for Christmas, or you could go over and look at the tree and grab an ornament and say, "I remember when you would point to your brother, your sister, your cousin, whatever, put this on the tree. That's really cool." And
Mm.
if they're not responding, don't worry about it. Find something to do. You could talk about the snowball fight with grandma when she fell in the snow. You could, talk about something funny or the craziest gift you got. Or, like you said, bring a game, bring a movie. Do something to get outside of that political rhetoric. What do you think?
What someone told me the other day, laughter is the shortest distance between two people. So if you can share a good laugh, it just brings people closer together than anything else. Laughter is the shortest distance between two people. So keep it light. Keep it light this year.
I agree 100%. Bring a dessert from Tanzania if they have desserts there. I don't know. Or
Okay.
talk about other foods you like or the movies that make you cry. Well, maybe not make you cry, maybe make you laugh.
Get some good comedies.
But you know what else would be harder, but it would make the day so much easier?
What's that?
Uh, just go up to your mom or your dad and hug them. Go up to your sister or your uncle and say, "I love you." And don't put anything after that. Other than something like, "I remember our good times together and I love you." And then just walk away.
Yeah.
Just walk away. No discussion, no insisting on anything big. Don't wait for them to respond. If they don't feel like responding, that's okay. But just give them an acknowledgement that they are loved. What do you
Yeah.
think?
That is so beautiful. I mean, look, contention is a choice, but so is peace. You can choose to go into this holiday gently and peacefully, and so I think that's what I'm going to try. That's going to be my strategy.
Well, good. Is that your tip for today, or do
You
you
know
have
what?
something else?
I think it is, blessed are the peacemakers, Jesus said. And so, when you proceed gently with people, when you know that we have some wounded animals, they are hurting, they're lashing out, they're saying hurtful things, but they don't feel good right now. And so, to remember, especially with the people we love, these are our family members. We got a lot of mortal roads to walk with them. And so, we want to link arms and just gently walk each other through the hard times, the highs, the lows, And someone that I know said recently, Jolene, we should try and leave flowers in our wake wherever we go. So we're heading into the holidays. Let's try and leave poinsettias in our wake, figuratively. Maybe we might want to go to Costco and get, some poinsettias. But just go gently and make everything a little bit better. Beautify where you are, assuming that there might be some people really struggling right now. So proceed accordingly. Be a little softer, be a little gentler, be a little kinder. Let's be peacemakers.
I love it. I love it. And it goes right along with my tip. My tip is that you go for the good feeling, that you go for the greatest feeling that you could possibly have. And I know you can get that good feeling because I've lived it. And the feeling comes when you have overcome your anger with love. Don't waste your life hurting and being angry. Just stop it. Love those around you and pray for them. And eventually God will take over. Thank you for being with us today. Subscribe to this podcast and join us again when we discuss fresh topics. You can ask a question or request that we dig into a specific topic by writing Debbie at debbiejansen.com. And if you're discouraged, pick up a copy of my book, Praying for America and the Army of God, 4 Minutes of Faith. This is Debbie Jansen, and I'm sticking to the truth.
And I'm Jolene Jackson. We hope you're sticking to the truth. We will see you next time. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.